your daily dose of Big D energy.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back, everybody, to Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal. Ruhl. That guy over there is D-Mac, Darren McCarty. Happy to have you all with us today. No T-Boss today. T-Boss off on Tuesdays. But
Blew a gasket yesterday, so he had to take time out.
Everybody just calm down a little bit over here. That was good theater, though. That
was. A shout-out today off the artist formerly known as Spoon. I saw you in the chat, bro, so thanks. Yeah, but it was a Monday. Go check out, Terry's got an article about Cade McNamara on woodwardsports.com, so he'll be back tomorrow, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, but we got a lot of things to talk about here.
Absolutely we do. And look, Spenmo Rax, he didn't take a Tuesday off. He's here. So is Sam Flannel as well. Still in his bag. Still on one. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Tap into that as well. Rack, the first one in today. What up, no? Detroit Dabber says, yo, appreciate you all jumping in. Rack also said Wings game was rough last night. We'll discuss. We will talk. And I'm clenching my teeth. Not going to go nuclear about a game in November. I'm not going to do it. However, I'm noticing a pattern. But we will discuss. It's all good, D-Mac. We're cool. We're fine.
You have to be. It's the process, right? It's the process.
And look, I'm not going to, again, blow a gasket about a team that won 4 games in a row that lost one. I'm not. I just noticed some things. And I want to run them by you because I like to consult with the experts. To help form my opinion. We will get into that Detroit Lions stuff, obviously, with Jacksonville as well. But you guys know I like to bring the home life to the forefront from time to time, D-Mac. You're married.
Yeah.
I'm married. Sam Flannel's newly married. I like to give pieces of advice for Sam Flannel.
Spenmo Rax is married to the life.
Married to the streets.
Yeah,
married to the streets, baby.
Yeah, he's married to the game. Like that's what he
like
is.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, he's married to the game. No, but I like to share perspective, and plus my wife never ever watches the show, so I can get away with some stuff that most people can't. She doesn't care at all, which is fine. That's fine. Holiday decoration season in full effect. And guys, just bear with me here for a couple. We're going to get to the sports. Everybody just stand down for a minute. I just like to consult with everybody and get your thoughts. It's holiday decoration season. Spenmo at the Raxter household.
Yeah.
They up?
Oh, yeah. Not yet, no.
They're not up yet?
No.
Okay.
No.
Sam Flannel, they up at the Flannel household?
Not up, but they are going to be up. My wife is really into Christmas decorations, so I can't really avoid it.
Okay. McCarty household?
No. Negative.
All right.
Negative?
Negative?
No.
All right. So my wife is a public school teacher, so she lives a very regimented life.
Yes.
She's got 29 students. Everything's got to be in line all the time. They go up Thanksgiving weekend. That's what it was. Now I caught a little bit of a break because I wasn't there. So I didn't have to lug the stuff up from the basement and all that kind of stuff. So I caught a little bit of a break. But that being said,
Well, that's why you have kids.
Absolutely. So, but that being said, with all the decorations going up, you guys remember over the summer, right? We had the golf outing heavyweight championship belts that you and I won.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yes.
Came down to 18, you made the putt, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So we had the championship belts. I took it home and put it on top of the fireplace. And it lasted the whole time until holiday decoration season. The quote from my wife, "Get this stupid thing out of here," and put it on the couch. And it was sitting there upon my return home. And it had a good run, D-Mac. It got more time out of it than on the fireplace than I thought. But she shut it down.
Not quite the run of Roman Reigns. 2 years, 7. We're looking at the flannel exchange over 2 years of reign. But you take your championship run when you can. You got a lot. So for Neal, over that, if we were giving the line on how long that would have stayed up when you put it there.
Oh, 4 days.
Right.
Yeah.
So absolutely, this title run exceeded everything. This gives us another reason. Maybe you found the window that your wife will allow you sort of to enjoy until it impedes on her thing.
There you go. So now I know that there's little, as you said, little windows out there. So, I'll take it down and I'll take it out of sight and everything like that.
Yes, we can win more belts next year.
But when fantasy football trophy season pops up, I'll bring it home and I'll put it back up there again on top of the fireplace, and we'll see, and I'll track it and I'll let you guys
Does
know.
fantasy football season end after Christmas season?
Yes.
So there you go. I think your window's there.
My window will be there. So your wife ever shut anything down on you, D-Mac? Stuff like that?
No, because I have my own space, so I don't intrude on the rest of the house. Stay in my little area.
Do you? See,
I can put anything I want in that area, so it's pretty cool.
Alicia, WoodwardSports.com chat thread says, my Christmas decorations have been up since November 15th or so. B-Love says, what's a wife? Great question. So Ryan's reaction. Or Klompsaw says, Neal, that's your house. Is it, Klomp? Is it?
Those are his furnaces, not his house. He brought the furnaces to the relationship.
Chuck Brewer says, Neal, this is why you need your man cave. George Ribble, ha ha ha, that's hilarious, Neal. Get this stupid thing out of here. And that's her words. It wasn't stupid when we won those things, though.
No, absolutely, and I think that I'm just going to sort of talk to you, and it's a great trade-off. Yes, honey, I will take the belt and put it away. I didn't have to lug any of the decorations upstairs or be involved in this. This is a great, isn't this? This is a win in the husband world.
Absolutely, it is. I mean, guys, look, like I know a lot of you are making fun of me. It feels like defeat on paper. Take notes, young guys. Take notes. It is a defeat on paper. But is it really? You know what it is? It's like the Lions losing to the Bills.
Okay.
It's a close loss.
There it is.
All right, so you guys just take notes. Another thing today, World Cup, USA, Iran. Win or you're eliminated. Spencer, you're a noted World Cup hater.
Yeah.
Can't stand it. You hate it.
I
You think it's stupid.
I don't know
What do you hate more, World Cup or golf?
Golf.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So we just had to.
Okay, so we just got to
easy. I had to give
Yeah.
people the temperature here and stuff like that. What is it? You can't get into it. Is it as we're watching guys go down and get? It looks like they've been
Looks like they just got
electrocuted or
shot in the
something
back
like
of the
that.
head.
Oh, because LeBron never does that.
Yeah.
Have
Like
a
when LeBron
conversation
does it.
pre-show as we're watching a bunch of the Senegal. Oh, there goes another one hobbling around about what's worse, the soccer flops or the basketball flops.
They're on par.
Look at that guy. Come on. Are you serious?
So, but are you not like I'm dialed in because it's USA and there's a little juice with because it's Iran too,
Can we take it to the poll though? I do want to get the temperature of our audience.
and it's a win and you're in.
It's win and you're in. Like this is as American as it gets.
Oh.
It's win or you're a loser.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is.
Can we go to the as American as it gets and Big D Energy into the booth?
Yeah.
Sam Flannel, legend killer here. Are you dialed into this U.S. game?
I mean, I do want the U.S. to win. Will I tune in? I mean, we'll see. I probably will. I mean, it is Iran. It's very un-American to not root for USA versus Iran, but the USA soccer in the World Cup kind of lost some juice after they didn't make it in the last time. But however, if y'all remember the 2014 World Cup, I still remember that John Brooks goal against Ghana. That was pretty lit. So if I could get an experience like this today against Iran, I might be back in.
I think the last time I watched a USA match was like Landon Donovan, Clint Dempsey, and Tim Howard. Like the
golden age.
Yeah, the golden age of USA soccer. And I don't know. It's just soccer matches are fun to be at. Like going to a DCFC match, awesome time, great time, very electric atmosphere. But like watching it on TV, just I don't know.
Unless you're at the bar. Like if you were at a soccer bar.
Yeah, that'd be
Then
cool.
yeah,
Are
like-
there soccer bars in Michigan?
Oh, tons of them. Yeah. Tons of them. We'll get you down there one time.
He's talking about living the life.
That's all he cares about. Wow. Early returns here. WoodwardSports.com chat poll. Are you going to be dialed into USA Iran? 59% say no. I'm stunned by that. I thought yes would get a victory.
I want USA to win. Obviously, I'd like to see USA win. I'm rooting for USA, but I'm not going to watch it.
Oh, man. WoodwardSports.com chat poll, NFL Draft Junkie. It's a moral victory, Neal. Yes, it was a moral victory. The man cave better
Marriage victory.
The man cave better have at least 2 furnaces for Neal. Ronald Stokes really starting on low interest topics today. Hey, I like to share. Look, guys,
Stop it. Get some help.
Ronell, not everything is designed. Every second of every show is designed for you to be consumed. All right, it's not. Sometimes it's about the greater good. Sometimes it's about helping my brethren spend more racks. Who one day, I guess he is married to the game. More, I guess it's for Sam Flannel, just starting out in his marriage journeys. Ronell, I just want to give him little tips and tricks. That's it. Because the thing with the marriage is you got to learn to take L's. That's just the way that it is.
David Mentier in the Woodward Sports chat. I'll be watching Ermanni and Edwards with Maz at 2. Also known as the final word.
The final word. Yeah, and they'll have the final word on the soccer match, I'm sure. I know. Oh, don't even get me started. D-Mac, marriage about taking L's, managing L's?
Well, they're not really L's, Neal. It's all about growth. All right, so just got to make sure. I don't know if my wife's watching or not.
Also, Neal, did you notice that fan there? That was
oh yeah.
That was brought specifically for the final word.
Oh, nice. So but that means that the air conditioner
was off because I guess Ryan said it gets too cold with the air conditioning on.
Neal, it ain't about keeping score, right? It's about the journey and what you're building together and all that too. But that's not a loss, dude. That's a win. You're talking about taking L's. You're gonna take it as an L. Because the way that get this stupid thing out of here, because she's allowing you. You know that you're free of. What happened? Moving, setting up didn't have nothing to do with it.
I was on borrowed time.
So but it's a win for you. So I disagree. It's not even a now.
It's loss management.
Big deal. 4 days you thought you'd have it. You had it
a couple months.
For 4 months.
That is a dub.
That's a W. That's so when you're going to give the wife the scorecard, you put the L down, but really in your heart,
it's a win. It is. It's Lions versus Chiefs. It's Lions versus Bills.
Yeah.
It's a close loss. 9 drinks. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Neal's house. He gets yelled at for running the dishwasher half full. That's correct.
Can't do that.
Yeah, you just don't do that. I'm married to the game and I don't do that.
No. When we're out of bowls, we're out of bowls. We need more bowls. I'm running the dishwasher.
You can find
If we're out of forks, we're out of forks. I'm running the dishwasher.
Just scrub one.
If we're out of plates, I'm running the dishwasher. Don't care if the dishwasher's full or not. Need a plate.
You're out of plates. You got paper towel.
I need a plate. Well, yes,
He's
I
not
can
going
manage
to wash
that.
him by hand. You're like, heathen? Oh, my gosh.
I was the dishwasher in my family for the first 7 years of my life.
Yeah.
Yes. Hello, the youngest.
I remember when we finally got a dishwasher. It was, oh man, that was a great day. that was a great day.
Didn't feel like you were out of a job.
No.
Go Blue, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Man, the Michigan hate bleeds over to the coworkers who root for Michigan. Wow, Neal is next level with it. No, the Michigan stuff's got nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
It's other stuff.
We got lobster yesterday, though. Remember that?
We did.
Yeah.
Oh,
Talking about moral victories, there was one for us.
Shout out Cousins Maine Lobster.
Hey, shout out to Spenny for using his double status as producer and host on 2 different shows to get the lobster grilled cheese and then the lobster roll.
Lobster roll. Yep.
Thought that was in the locker room. Spenny, we would say the veteran.
The veteran. And shout out to Mike G. Mike G ordered us some Coney's, the heavyweights. He sent the 15 Coney's, a bunch of fries, live on air to the heavyweights.
Did you guys eat them all?
Oh yeah. Well, not all of them. No, I had quite a few.
How many Coney's could you knock down? If you were sitting down to say, I'm gonna eat Coney's.
At least 5.
Really, I would have expected more.
At least 5.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
No, I mean for real, like with a crowd, maybe live streamed. You're putting on for the
Pumped up,
city.
like you're going for the donut challenge.
I could probably go double digits.
There he is. Yeah, there
I
he
could
is.
probably go double digits.
No probably. In there.
We'll wrap it up here before we get in Lions discussion with this. Max Mayer. USA versus England score represented how many queens both countries have right now. So there's that as well. Yeah, USA Iran. I am going to talk about it in the close today.
Okay.
Just I'm going to take 4 minutes on it because I have some thoughts on it.
Yeah.
So, real quickly updating the poll. Wow, 59% of you say no, you're not going to be dialed in. I am surprised by that a little bit. I am. I'm not surprised though that Big Boy has the burger and loaded fries still rolling. Because it's not just a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim, the chili cheese. You know that's a tease. And guess what else is new? It's the bacon blue. And while you're at it, you're going to upgrade the fries. Chili cheese fries? Oh, yeah. Baked potato fries? Not my thing, but I know a lot of people would like them. But what is my thing is the nacho fries. Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Romeo and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle, baby, talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Neal Ruhl here for Chili Peppers Tanning, where you find the cleanest salons in the D with spotless, sanitized rooms and trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club. Get all the best deals. They'll beat competitors' prices by at least $5. Don't forget to pick up the Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Cal Tan, and Swedish Beauty Lotions. ChiliPeppersTanning.com, the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans, they are your vitamin D headquarters. 27 locations, and more on the way. It's Chili Peppers Tanning.
Chili Peppers, Dan.
Yay, yay. Back at it, off and running. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, and all of you on the woodwardsports.com chat thread, our social media. All of you beautiful folks. Social media handles on the screen as well. Feel free to reach out on Twitter. However you guys want to consume the show, feel free to do it. Sandra Dornton, I haven't noticed you in here before. Welcome, Sandra, to the Big D Energy Show. Neal, Dawn now makes a power washing, or makes a power washer that makes washing dishes easier. You don't even need a dishwasher. Is that true?
I don't know. Seems like a little excessive.
It does, but I mean, see, here's the deal too, real quickly, because I do want to talk about this Jameson Williams phenomenon that's going on around town right now. I am the kind of person, though, too, like once I wash the dishes and empty it and everything, then I will wash my dishes. If it's just me eating, I will wash them as I use them, so then I don't have to wash them in the dishwasher, meaning I don't have to put them away.
That's when you're flying solo.
100%.
But you put the kids in there, you add an extra.
Yeah, I'm not
one.
washing all the dishes
No,
at once.
you're
I'll wash
not.
mine.
Absolutely.
I'll wash mine.
Self-preservation. That gets you back to when you used to live the life.
The life, yeah. When I was married to the game, like Spencer Raxter, those were great times. Detroit Lions, by the way, making some moves in the NFL, right, Spenny?
Yeah, that's for sure.
They are.
They're making moves.
Look at this, D-Mac, from the game last night. Detroit Lions on the playoff graphic during Monday Night Football. There they are. And I wanted to capture it for all of us to enjoy, regardless of what happens. Look at that, D-Mac.
Look at and you circled
at 4 and 7.
Make sure
4 and
everybody
7.
could see it, and there you go on the graphic. You can't take that away from you. So we'll see these next two games. They got to take care of business Sunday.
Well, they're must-wins. Yeah, I mean, they are. If you're talking about playoffs, they're must-win games. There is no doubt about that. But whatever. The Jameson Williams discussion, and I keep hearing it. I've seen it here in our WoodwardSports.com chat thread. I hear it around town, D-Mac. where people are like, when's Jamo going to play? I want to see Jamo play. You know what? I do not care when he takes the field. I don't.
Shouldn't.
I'm not falling for the forbidden fruit. None of that stuff. When Jameson Williams and the Detroit Lions medical staff say that he's ready to go, that's when he's ready to go. Period.
Yeah. Doesn't it seem like, even the longer that you wait, then it's more that you're sure structurally and everything's in place? When you rather wait than even rush him out when he's not ready? Because you want to see that speed on display. You want to see that difference maker. You want to see why Brad Holmes moved up 12 spots to get this guy. Yes, you have this opportunity now. It'd be great to insert him on Sunday against Jacksonville and to get him going. But if he's not ready and the medical staff's not sure, or the coaching staff for whatever reason, that extra week, because I'm thinking in the long run, this ain't about this year. This is about next year and the year after, and what this kid's going to bring to the table. And if he's 100%, or his speed, we got to see if his speed's back and give him every opportunity to succeed. So I'm like everybody else. I want him back as soon as possible, but not when he's not 100% cleared and ready to go.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Tammy Chin says, I heard Jamo is back next week. And look, again, it does not matter to me at all. It's just, I hear people are kind of like campaigning for this to happen, like almost like they're aggravated if he doesn't play and stuff like that. The second he was guys, we waited this long, like what's another couple weeks? Or, dare I say, if he doesn't take the field at all, like it doesn't matter to me, D-Mac.
No, it shouldn't, and it shouldn't, because you've waited this long. It's almost like the frustration. I'm not frustrated with James Williams. I'm more frustrated with like the Josh Pascal, the in and out of the lineup and stuff like this, because you see even in him that there's something there. So now you want him to get healthy. All these young guys are coming in, starting to make an impact, making plays. You look at Spenny's guy last game and Rodrigo getting his hand on the tip, probably, solidifying. So no matter who it is, it's the health, and especially of these young guys, because they're going to be the guys to be looked to. Who's making the plays for these teams when they get in there? It's the young guys, right? So that's going to be consistent. That's what you want. So health is number one, especially right now. And I know we're in the hunt and the graphic and stuff like this, but it's more important that when he does play, he doesn't never not play, right? Once he's in, he's in.
Right. And that's where I am with it too. It is just one of those things. WoodwardSports.com chat, the real cream of wheat. First time I've seen the Lions logo on anything playoff related this late in the season. It has been a minute, man.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
And especially with the way this season's gone, because it could be, we agree it could be better. Obviously with a few things, but to me that gives hope that we're eventually getting there. It's sometimes along the way, and last night with the Red Wings shows you that it's the build, and you're going to have moments like this, and that's what we're going through with this Lions team. But you can't say that it's not different than it was last year, and they don't have NFL players on this roster, because the young guys are proving that.
Anthony Hurley says, are these meaningful games in December then? This one is, right? I mean, let's be real.
Yeah.
Let's cut the ish. Is this game meaningful?
Well, everybody's talking about in the NFL around the league about that Detroit has a path to the playoffs. So if everybody's talking about it, there's a perception that this team might be able to get it done with what they've displayed, right? Staying out of their own way, making right coaching decisions at the right time, and execution. So, it's frustrating because you're close. But to me, it's different than what it's been in the past. It's the same old lines, but differently, right? And I really see them working towards something bigger. And with that, I need a healthy Jameson Williams. He's already missed 4 months. What's him missing another week?
Yeah, absolutely. KFM, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. New York Giants opponents remaining are 30, 13, and 1. Washington's opponents are 26-18. The Lions' opponents are 31 and 38. And do you remember too, when we did all the preseason shows, we were like, man, Lions' schedule is very, very manageable this year. Now, who knew that the beginning, the first half of that schedule was going to be the hardest schedule in the NFL?
The NFC East would be the best division in football.
Yeah, so I mean, and it is one of those things too where, yes, it is meaningful games. And look, you lose this weekend against Jacksonville, it's a wrap.
Yes.
Yep.
And what do you got, Sam Flannel?
No, just all of your playoff hopes, all of those dreams are over if you lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I know the Jaguars are improved, but this is a must-win game if you have playoff aspirations. But that kind of leads me to, what's the problem with fans wanting Jameson Williams on the field? I understand that it's more about his health and everything, but I don't think Lions fans are being dumb or anything.
Fans.
I just think they want to see that Ferrari, the guy that, in my opinion, has the highest upside of any of their draft picks, including Aiden Hutchinson, and adding an element to the Lions' offense that they don't have. We all love Amon-Ra St. Brown, correct? Obviously, he's a lifetime 10.5 yards per catch. I want to see Jameson Williams on the field because I think he can be a difference maker. I think that's where we're coming from.
Here's the thing, Sam. That's fine. The fans can do that, but what they can't do is play doctor.
Right. No.
So what he's saying is you got to go by the professionals. So you can want it as bad as anything, but you should accept the fact that if there's a reason he's not there, it's for the betterment of moving forward. I totally agree. Yeah, we all want guys back. I want DeAndre Swift to be available all the time. I want, different things. I want Jared Goff to be able to throw it downfield, different things like that. But in this case, you got to, open it up with is that if this is, because it seems more like just a cautionary thing than anything. Than it is he's not in shape or anything, like he doesn't know the playbook or the routes. It's just a precautionary thing.
He better know the playbook. What else has he been doing for
Well, I don't expect him to drop that ball. He's been carrying one around every time I've seen him. So
that is true too.
But it is frustrating, Sam. Yes, understand it. It is frustrating because you see how important this game is. So if he's one of your better players, and obviously with your receiver core, he could only help, I would expect.
Flocka Waka, WoodwardSports.com chat thread says Coney and fries greater than. It is rock solid.
Oh, yeah. You can't beat it.
It is. Steven Syrett says you got to win to stay on the graphic. And yes, and don't get me wrong, that is the case. And we're going to look foolish, right, if they lose to Jacksonville, which I do not like that point spread, guys. It just... D-Mac?
It
smells weird, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They should be a 3-point favorite in this game.
For sure.
Is that fair?
Yes.
I mean, but quiet as kept, Trevor Lawrence, along with Justin Fields, has taken that leap forward this year, and he did something in the last game that he struggled with, which is lead a 2-minute drive to win a game. So you shouldn't sleep on this Jacksonville Jaguars team, but the Lions absolutely have to win this game, or else all of the playoff talk is over. Tanks in the streets again.
Yeah, and it's funny, too, because when you look at it from this perspective, think about this. If the Lions lose this weekend and Minnesota wins, Minnesota clinches the division.
That's unbelievable. What a terrible division this has ended up being, besides for the 13? Vikings.
You believe that?
Wow.
They would wrap that up the first weekend in December.
I still don't.
And we're all still waiting for the implosion with the Vikings, aren't we?
Yes. Isn't
Minnesota the Penn State?
100%.
100%, right?
100%.
Except Kirk Cousins is the James Franklin.
Yeah. But, hey, the only difference is if the Lions say the Lions win this weekend against Jacksonville and they win over Minnesota, I'll call that a good win. It is a good win. Unlike when you beat Penn State, it's not a good win.
I mean, then you're right in the mix. You're not even in the hunt. You might be having a wild card spot at that point.
Yeah, but that's what it is. If. And I know I'm not... I guess I am kind of getting... You know what, though? Damn it, I can get ahead of myself for a minute here.
Yeah.
And I don't even do that.
Oh, you're going?
Yeah, I don't even do that much.
Wow. Speed racer, here you go. Getting excited.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to get swept up for it. Is that all right?
Yeah, do it.
For this week, can I get swept up?
Yes.
Can we WoodwardSports.com chat pull it?
Will you allow it?
Will you guys allow Neal to get swept up in the playoff fever for the Lions? Yes or no?
Might be the only week you're able to. So let's do it.
And that's it.
Let's do it. Executive decision.
Yeah. Hey, I might even celebrate, with the with a mushroom and Swiss. Or what about a turkey and Swiss sandwich?
Ooh, a turkey and Swiss would be great, but we can't talk about that right now because we got to talk about Swiss Insurance. With the holiday season here, Swiss Insurance wants to remind you to insure those gifts of jewelry or collectibles. In the last 2 weeks, Swiss has saved its clients an average of 26% on their insurance premiums while increasing coverage. That's a lot of money to free up for the giving season. Happy Thanksgiving from Swiss Insurance, and go blue.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff a Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward and Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Neal Ruhl here for Bedrock Detroit. Downtown Detroit's all decked out this holiday season with the return of the Cadillac Lodge in the Monroe Street Midway. The Midway has a giant slide, winter bumper cars, an indoor arcade for the kids, and drinks at the Lodge for the adults. You know what I'm saying? Before or after games, it's always the play. Downtown Detroit this holiday season. You can shop, eat, and play downtown all winter long with Decked Out Detroit. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We got the woodwardsports.com chat poll going. Will you guys allow me to get swept up in Lions playoff fever? 75% of you say yes. And Alicia, here we go. Neal's tone again. Why? What did I say this time?
I don't know. I don't think there's tone to that.
Okay. I don't think so either. Alex Haggerty says, why the hell not? Be happy for once. I'm happy all the time.
I think you're a genuinely happy person.
Yeah. I'm just based in reality most of the time. KFM says, D-Mac, what do you think about this? You can get swept up in it, but don't be disappointed when they miss. But then you're not swept up in it then.
Yeah. You have to have an
you're going to be
investment.
disappointed when they miss? Because expectations
no, but that's the rub,
just
right?
Throw it out there like crash and burn, right? You're going for it right here.
You know what it is? Like the season started 1-6, right? And it was over. Now we got in the casino. We lost the first 5 hands of blackjack. Now we're running at a profit.
And you just hit a perfect pair.
Yeah. You know, like we're back, baby. We are back. We got a profit. So you know what I did? Yeah. So no. You know what I did? I took the initial stake and I put it in my pocket.
Okay, so your initial investment of letting the clock run out and everything like that stays on point. But hey, let's get into it because what if?
Yeah. So I put the initial stake in my pocket. I'm not losing money.
Rolling.
Yeah, we're free rolling right now. That's absolutely what we are because hey, the bottom line is it's still 28-34. That's fine. The bottom line is the Rams are cooked, and now they're saying Aaron Donald is banged up.
Did I not call this? It's the uttermost. Shut it down. And why wouldn't you? You won the Super Bowl last year and things like that. So
you like Brad Holmes?
Right now, right? I believe you're gonna get right now. You got the 3rd overall pick from the Rams. Mm-hmm. The worst is going to be 5.
Yeah, it's trending that way. So, it's one of those things where I'm just kind of free rolling it right now. So that's why I'm going to jump on board. And yes, if you lose to Jacksonville, it's it's over. There's no doubt about it. You're allowed one more loss. In my world, you're allowed one more loss. And I'm kind of reserving that for either the road game at the Jets or the Minnesota game. Those are, you got to go at a minimum 1-1, and you got to win the rest of them. And look, Dan Campbell's whatever his career record is, he's got one road win or two road wins. That's getting a little aggressive to expect you to go 3-0 in your last 3 road games with a coach that's only won 2 ever. But what the hell? I put the initial stake back in my pocket. I'm not losing anymore.
Mike White's playing like a savage. See what he did last weekend.
Well, here's the one thing too, though.
Remind me of that later.
Okay,
Mike White.
What a great move.
He's been there the whole time.
Yeah.
Every time he goes out there, he does this, and they never play him.
Well, it was almost they had to wait till Zach Wilson imploded to give a reason to take it out, right? To give Robert Saleh a reason to go, hey, this is why we're going, where everybody in the locker room can see why.
Yeah, I think it's Mike White bangs women his own age. and we all know about Zach Wilson. So
the MILF hunter. Yeah, but it's just when Zach Wilson came out, and just the aloofness of him not taking responsibility in 27 plays, they got 2 yards or whatever like this. White comes out, slings it across the yard. That makes him so much more dangerous.
No, it is. Sandra, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Neal, you're usually my realistic guy. There's no time for fantasies. That's why I went to the people and asked.
You did.
I was asking for permission.
Everybody gets one, like Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to ask, D-Mac. I'll run it by the people. I know that's kind of my role here sometimes to be that way.
I want to bring something up, and you mentioned about, it got me thinking, you mentioned about the road game, but in the last couple road games, hasn't that when Dan Campbell's coached the best and stayed out of his own way? Is it something to do with playing at home, that the fans or the excitement of the moment has made him make different decisions? Because the game, we sit here and talk about the road wins that they had in Chicago and New York, and it was like, wow, that was a well-coached game where he stayed out of his way. So I think that part of the learning of this season that we're watching Dan Campbell is succeed at different things and fail at different things, but there's learning going on there. It's not making the same mistakes.
The clock management thing is still bothering me. And I wasn't here on Friday to talk. I know you guys addressed it. I did catch that part of the show. I know you guys addressed it. It is still bothering me.
Well,
it is.
It does, because you can't give the ball back. You have to run it on third down because you have fourth down option to kick the field goal anyways, but the clock still runs and you're taking a timeout out of the other team's bag. I mean, I think that even I can see that, even if that's even if that play's made 100% of the time, to me it doesn't seem like the right play. But they're telling me that it was the right look or whatever like this.
I don't mind the play call. That is, I don't mind the play call if you have a competent quarterback, because it was a kill shot, and you had 2 wide open touchdowns and a wide open first down. So if he, and we saw DJ Chark gave the world-known symbol of hit me deep because I got this guy burnt by 3 steps, and he threw it 5 yards behind him.
No, and I get that and I understand that, but it's not a kill shot when you got to give the ball back to them. And you guys know how I roll. Like, I value possession.
Right, so that's why the run to whatever, you wanted to have the ball at the end or just under 10 seconds when you gave it back to them, right? So that they didn't have a chance to make those plays. And that's part of the learning. It's just unfortunate because what I saw is you're playing for the tie, right? At home, you're playing for the tie instead of, what would you have thought even if they would have gone for it, ran it on third and then didn't get it and then went for it on fourth. I mean, at least that's a different mentality too. So these are all the tough things that we're watching before our eyes have to learn. The coaching staff have to learn, but it's different. So this is a big game. We see how you're going to react, right? When you lose a game.
You're right, D-Mac, because this is going to be the first time where we've seen the Lions play and Dan Campbell coach in a game with stakes. Are they fake stakes kind of? yeah, maybe you could make that case. But there is
There's
an investment to the outcome. Yes.
In the building of it, and the fact that you'll keep yourself in the graphic,
right,
to win. And because we mentioned, because of the way the schedule is set up, that you should take a ton of positives from that Buffalo game. Fix the stuff that you made some mistakes on, and now you got Jacksonville, then you got Minnesota and Chicago and stuff, games that you can win.
Is it fair to say, I know we're kind of getting off topic a little bit, but whatever, this is a valid question. Is it fair to say that this Jacksonville game is, I don't want to say a winner take all, obviously, because a playoff spot's not on the line, but as far as the Lions go and where Dan Campbell is, referendum game is strong. I think you guys get where I'm going with this, though.
Prove it.
Well,
this is a prove it game.
Because is this not the mirror sort of them, this Jacksonville team that's trying to break through to another level? You know, I think here's the thing. Do we agree that Super Bowl coach and Doug Peterson and what he's done in developing Trevor Lawrence and that team, that's a football coach, right?
Yes.
That's an NFL football coach. So I think more so, how do you stack up? And because a lot of times we've seen how they've stacked up against the Belichicks and different things. But so this will be a good, because the offensive game plan, the defensive game plan, all this stuff, things, when you go against a coach that's proven and a Doug Peterson, because can't you see some Dan Campbell and Doug Peterson, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's
like, just as far as the compassion to his players and different things, that do it different way. But I think that this is a mirror game, right? That's why the point is, that's why the Lions are favored home by 1 point, because it's looked at as that these are two teams that match up and trying to go to the same place.
KFM says it well. This is the biggest game of Dan Campbell's tenure so far. That's fair. I agree.
It absolutely is, because they lost, obviously, to Buffalo on Thanksgiving, and I think we were disappointed. We saw some questionable things with clock management, and obviously they didn't make the play when they needed to. But you can't let that Buffalo loss turn into another loss against Jacksonville. It was like, okay, you lost. We saw some positives, okay, but you can't let that turn into two. So if they beat Jacksonville, I think a lot about the last loss is forgiven. It's considered a good loss. It showed that you could play with Buffalo. Now you got to go beat the other teams.
Only us, man. Only Lions fans are talking about validating a close loss.
Yeah.
Usually,
you got to validate that loss.
Usually you validate wins, right? Like, that's how you talk about it. Only here do we say, hey, you have to validate that close loss.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive. What a time to be a Lions fan.
It's a great time to be alive. Great time to be a Lions fan. And somewhere you don't got to validate anything, because you know they come correct always, is Moneyball Sports. So you can check out Moneyball Sportswear. It's your one-stop shop, whether you want the latest look in athletic apparel or you need new uniforms for your team. Moneyball has it all. Stop in the Moneyball showroom in Southfield and experience the only way to ball. Or visit moneyballsportswear.com. It's Moneyball, the only way to ball.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
Neal Ruhl here for Planet Fitness, the official studio sponsor here at Woodward Sports and also home of the Judgment Free Zone. You can work out for just $10 a month. You can upgrade to the Black Card and basically own every Planet Fitness that you walk into, over 2,000 of them worldwide. Unlimited guest privileges with that Black Card as well. I'm just saying, you want to bring a friend with you? It's not a hassle. You just go do it at Planet Fitness. Was there this morning. Got it in. It was awesome. I love working out at Planet Fitness. You can join today in club. You're going to pass a couple on the way home. Just pull in the parking lot. Join there. Or hop on that computer. Go to planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Where your fitness is essential.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. And yeah, just kind of got swept up in that for a minute. That this is the biggest game. Appreciate that, Cam. It is the biggest game of Dan Campbell's tenure. Is it a referendum game? Should he be fired if they lose? No. But there are stakes attached to this. There are. Well, if you lose, it's over.
There are, and there's some sort of, small redemption, right? Taking care of task at hand. To what Sam said and I was laughing because validating a loss, right? Which is ridiculous. But the fact is what they're building, right? What they're building. The fact that they stayed in that game. The disappointing thing is that probably should have won that game, or at least had the opportunity not to shoot themselves in the foot and lose it like they did. But they're getting better, and they're competing, and they're getting better. And I think that the big thing is the defense is holding up, forcing turnovers, making plays, doing all that stuff. So if they are getting better, right, and they are progressing, and as the clock runs out another week, this is a must-win game for them. I agree, Neal. This is a must-win game.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Matt Carrier. Neal, do you even lift, bro? I do, but it's only, triceps and bicep stuff.
Glamour muscles.
Yeah, beach muscles. That's what I was told. They were beach muscles.
Just in the Bahamas. Gosh darn it.
Tries were on point, too.
I'm sure they were. So in the swim-up pool for Thanksgiving, watching the Lions game.
Watching the Lions game, man.
There it is, breaststroke.
Yeah. Ooh.
Snap that. Snap it.
So a little bit of Lions news as well. Charles Harris was placed on IR. I was disappointed with Charles Harris this year. He was my guy. I thought there was a little bit of a redemption story going on. He is placed on IR, but the positive to that, James Houston gets signed to the active roster. The guy out of Jackson State and the guy who had the sacks on Thanksgiving Day.
5 snaps, 2 sacks.
Yeah, 5 snaps, 2 sacks. That's a pretty high hit rate there for James Houston. Oh, by the way, a 6th-round pick by Brad Holmes. I'm intrigued. D-Mac, I'm intrigued.
Just goes to your not even your argument, but the fact of Brad Holmes conversation. No Brad Holmes slander here. Right, he's just produced guys that are out there making, Neal, not just drafting and being on the field, which is one thing. It's making plays and making big plays that impact games all throughout this last year. These last couple of years draft. I mean, it is really impressive because it's something different here in Detroit.
Isn't it wild?
You're doing it the way that it's supposed to be done.
Isn't it wild? And I got to do the cross comparison of like the Quinn Trisha era. But I would contend if he hasn't already, he's got to be getting damn close to guys who had an actual contribution to a season.
No, and then that's what we always ask for, right? Make a play, be impactful. Well, all these guys that were their names that are impactful for the most part are guys that have been drafted in the past few years. Which gives you, so that's why, back to what we talked about earlier, Neal, if it's 1 more week or 2 more weeks for Jameson Williams, I'm okay with it because you know what? The odds are he's everything that Brad Holmes told you he was or is going to be.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. The question was out there. It was posed to us. And again, my apologies for not catching the name of who. Oh, Alicia. Was Houston picked before or after Malcolm Rodriguez? He was picked after.
Yeah.
He was picked number 217. Malcolm Rodriguez was picked number 188. So there you have that. Aiden Hutchinson, Jameson Williams, Josh Paschal, Kirby Joseph, James Mitchell, Malcolm Rodriguez, James Houston, Chase. Listen to that.
Yeah.
Gosh, look at that. And so as Chase Lucas, I know he's on the practice squad. Has he got in a game yet?
Yeah, he's played a little bit in the game.
Played in a little bit. So, I mean, but Neal, you named guys that are coming in and actually you see them on the stat sheet. You see them making plays to impact the game.
On last year's draft, Penei Sewell, Levi Onwuzurike, Aleem McNeil, Melifonwu, Amon-Ra St. Brown, all-pro loading, by the way.
Top 10.
You know, you guys know my love and affinity for Penei Sewell and how I think the Hall of Fame committee should start making his gold jacket now.
I thought they already did.
Well, if they haven't, they should, to save money on materials because inflation's out of control, and save some money when you can.
Well, gold jacket, right?
Yeah. Amon-Ra St. Brown, man. Am I wrong to think that he should be more involved? Am I wrong to think that with it? I love the way, too, they use him in the running game. Like, when it's 3rd and 1, get the ball in this man's hands.
He's a top 10 receiver in the league right now.
Is that crazy? WoodwardSports.com chat. Is it crazy to say he's a top 10 receiver in the NFL right now? Because he is.
No, and it's the dependability. And I think it even goes to show you, you look at moving Hawkinson as your first rounder and why they could do that. Well, they haven't lost production at the tight end spot and touchdowns, but we said it all along. It's that security blanket. Amon-Ra St. Brown reminds me as much of Cooper Kupp, what he means to Matt Stafford, right, to an offense, because the ball security, but just the routes that he runs and the way that he plays, because he plays in the tough areas, Neal. As a smaller guy, he plays in all the tough areas, over the middle, running through the crowd if he has to. He's not a dainty guy, so he's tough. He goes to the tough areas.
He's
so
a great
that's what
blocker,
you need.
too.
And reliable.
Yeah.
Dependable. That's what you need. That's the frustrating thing about 3rd down, too, is that most other teams, exactly. If Joe Burrow's got 3rd down and 1 or whatever he's passing, who's he going to? Jamar Chase. Who's out, right? Certain guys have their, and you didn't go down going to your guy. It was almost like, to me, you had to be smarter. So
I agree with
your
that,
point,
for sure.
To your point, it wouldn't hurt because I think you could handle it. You could throw it to him 20 times a game. You could have 20 catches for 120 yards. It's just the what's most impressive is the routes he runs and the tough areas that he plays for not being such a big guy.
Steve Lehman says St. Brown is going to be Golden Tate 2.0. Jameson Williams will be Calvin 2.0. I think you're limiting St. Brown on that.
I think you're limiting St. Brown, and
does Golden Tate
not going to be Calvin.
Does Golden Tate get overvalued? I feel he does.
I think he does a little bit. He's a great yak guy. He's a yak.
Yeah.
The yak king is what they called him. I think you're limiting Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think he's already Golden Tate, and he's only going to get better.
That's where it is. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Is it crazy to say he's a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL right now? 81% of people say no. And look, there's always like a little curve that comes on that
the
poll.
Lions curve.
Yeah, but I'm for real. I want to see him get the ball more.
Ask the rest of the NFL. You know what I mean?
I'd like to see where he shows up.
How is he viewed by the other teams? And because I think he's one of the players that when they look in here, they have to focus on, and they look and say this. They have a player.
And I'm having a bit of an epiphany right now with it too, with ASB, because DMAC, to give you the cross comparison to your era when you played, that Sergei Fedorov angle where Sergei killed penalties, was on the power play, played defenseman on the you find ways to get him involved more.
See, I would compare I would compare Amon-Ra St. Brown to more of a Henrik Zetterberg, right? He's got all the tools to whatever, the dependability can play and everything else if you need him to make that play. Like, he's just durable throughout.
I just want him in every situation.
Sergey's more, Jameson Williams would be more Sergey, right? To the fact, I know what you're saying all the round and stuff like this, but Sergey's too elite. You know what I mean? There's more grunt work in this. Like, he's more, Amon-Ra St. Brown's more of the I don't know, the layman, the everyday man, like Henrik Zetterberg was. Like, Henrik Zetterberg, it was his work ethic. You could play him in everything, and it wasn't like flashy like Datsuk, right? Like, so I get your analogy, but I think to that point of all around offense, defense, leadership, stuff like this, he's more of a Zetterberg.
I just want him involved in every play. Like, good things happen when the football's in his hand.
And Alex Haggerty said it in the Woodward Sports chat, and I was about to say is, like, the NFL Top 100. I'd like to see where he comes in that, because that's a player-voted poll. That's who the players think the best players are. And there were no Lions in that this year. And you got to assume that Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penei Sewell, probably Jeff Okudah, and maybe Jamaal Williams are going to be in that list next year.
Those are your shots for it. Oh, and by the way, too, I saw Sewell taking some heat in the chat about the false starts.
Yeah.
Huh.
He's had a few moments.
Yeah.
But it's more like I'm not gonna say brain dead, but just brain fart or just like you're allowed. Even the greats.
Sergey turned the puck over from time to time.
Even the greats have their moments, but how do they respond?
Real quickly, D-Mac, before I let you tell him about Big Frog. Tev Sauce 2. Hey, Neal, how much money does Amon-Ra St. Brown make this contract? Oh, it's funny you asked that. His entire rookie contract is less than Kenny Golladay made this September, if you want to count. And oh, by the way, he was drafted with the compensation pick that Brad Holmes got for Kenny Golladay leaving in free agency. Tell him about Big Frog.
Rivet on that one. If it's free, it's for Spenny. So get a free Woodward Sports t-shirt. That's right, a free Woodward Sports t-shirt all month long at Big Frog and Novi. Stop in, tell them we sent you. Bing, bang, boom. Right on the spot, they'll print you one up. So go to Big Frog in Novi today. Get your free t-shirt or visit them online. BigFrog.com/Novi.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff a Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward in Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. It's not a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? The bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries. What will it be? Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the 3 biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
At Alta, Uptime Matters. Alta Equipment has everything. I mean everything you need to get the job done. Outdoor, bog projects, whatever it is, Alta Rent, they have you covered. Give them a call today. 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA.
Pulling up on the second hour of the show, Big D Energy, Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty, Sam, Flannel, Spencer Raxter on a Tuesday. What up? Good to have you all with us. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Real quick before we go to the Nickle package, Detroit Dabber 313. Some of the calls on Panay have been pretty weak, though. They have been. He's got nickel and dime a lot.
All I know is he put Micah Parsons in a phone booth. So
that
should be top 100 off of that alone.
Like everybody wants to talk about like a couple false starts and stuff like that. When you put Micah Parsons in a phone booth, you reserve the right to have a couple of false starts.
I'll take early on. He'll figure it out. But the way he manhandles guys, how many times have we talked in here? Did you see him push that guy 5-6 yards?
Yeah.
Into the end zone.
Yeah, the end zone.
That was my favorite, dude.
He's about to do the same thing to Trayvon Walker next week. Just wait. Trayvon Walker's not going to be able to do anything. You saw what he did to Kayvon Thibodeau? Wait until he gets his hands on Trayvon Walker.
The two. Here we go.
Oh, dude, you're right, man. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for the nickel package, too. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's rock it out. NFL nickel package starting now. First question. We saw it last night. It came down to the wire against the Steelers. Is Jeff Saturday actually a good coach, or is this just smoke and mirrors?
Get this clown out of here, dude. You can tell. Look at him in the headset. Look at him walking up and down. Not qualified to be a coach, and we see why. And you're seeing it. Like, it was cute they won that first game, but you saw all you needed to see. Hey, good call going back to Matt Ryan. He looked sharp.
Yeah.
Good job on that one Saturday.
Ryan sucks.
Get him out of here, dude. But you know what? Don't. Colts will continue to be a non-factor. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, I think that, what are they saying? It all plays out in the wash. I think
the truth is told.
The truth is told. So, they got some issues in Indianapolis. That they're trying to do the right thing, but seriously, you need experience. And even when you have experience, that's not enough experience in the NFL. It's a tough to coach in this league.
But maybe Irsay's doing this the long play to get Jim Harbaugh. What do you think? Oh, I'm just playing, everybody. I'm just playing. Easy, guys. Easy, guys. You all right, Sam Flannel?
Hey, if I'm the Colts, I'd want Jim Harbaugh. Honestly,
I don't disagree with you.
Right?
You guys notice I've never come down on Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah,
never.
I would be very upset if
the resume's the resume.
Truck up for Sean Payton.
Yeah, or that too. All right, second down.
All right, next question, second down of the nickel package. Will the winner of the NFC South finish under 500 this year? You're looking at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the first seed right now, and they're 5-7.
I don't know if they will or not. I do want to peep their schedule real quick. I will tell you this. I want it.
That'd be awesome.
I love that when that happens, and I don't know why. I love when there's a shitty team that wins a division, and they're under
7-9 division.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. They're home against the Saints. They're at the 49ers, home against the Bengals, at the Cardinals.
It's
home versus the
8-9
Panthers.
division. The winner of that division is 8-9. I believe
they got 5 wins right now. They're 6.
5.
They got 5 wins right now. You said
5-7.
All right.
7.
So there's 6. There's 7. There's 8.
It's 8 or 9.
We can do this, guys.
Right there.
We can do this, America. We can do this. We can get a division win under 500. I don't care what team it is. I just want it to happen.
Right. But it bears the question: do you believe that Tampa will prevail, or is it Atlanta?
Falcons sneaking
is Atlanta your other team?
I want it to be Atlanta, and here's why: because I don't want to hear Tom got in, and that's all he needs to do is get it. No. Watch them play. Watch 2 drives. Wash.
It's ugly.
And look, I was one of the last ones to come to this conclusion.
I mean, he had an MVP season last year.
100%. But something happened at the end of last year, and I could just see it. It's like art. I can't describe it to you, but I know it when I see it, and I saw it with him. And it's over.
Same thing as with Russell Wilson.
Yep. They're one and the same, man. So I hope it's Atlanta. Now, if it's going to be, if you say, Neal, you can have Atlanta over 500 or Tampa under 500, I'll choose Tampa under 500 just because I like that more. But I don't want to hear the Tom. Just give Tom a chance, D-Mac.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, look out now. Here he comes.
Yeah.
Look at the defense.
They battle with health. Their offensive line in Tampa, so.
Julian Edelman's
it is interesting, though, because didn't we expect that more or less to be the NFC East instead of the instead of the South?
Yeah. That's for sure.
And I don't want to hear will they sign Gronk for the playoff run? Like, I don't want to hear it all, man. I don't.
Yeah, that'll be tough. Next question of the Nickle package. Are the Dallas Cowboys a legitimate Super Bowl contender this year? Every year they say it's their year, but this year it actually looks like their defense is going to will them at least into the divisional round of the playoff. That defense is good, man.
But do you trust Dak? Because I don't.
Here we go again.
That pass rush is scary.
Aren't they more like the Maple Leafs?
They are.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just something that they are better. Trust, like, you watch them and you go, okay, but there's still something.
You guys know how this is going to play out.
Right, we do.
And you're falling for it now, and God bless you. I still love you guys. I won't think less of you.
I really think it, like, it's always their year, but this year their defense is so good.
Who's falling for what?
You guys are both falling for this right now, and it's okay. I still love you guys.
I think
here's how it's going to go down, D-Mac.
I think we're on different pages, bro.
No, here's how it's going to go down.
They're going to implode. That's going to
100%.
That's going to implode. And you can't, the best thing that they've done, in my opinion, is give the workload to Pollard, because Zeke's going to run. He looks good for a few weeks in the middle of the season, and it gets to the end. And I just don't trust that.
I think they can win a playoff game this year.
And maybe, depending on the matchups, and they'll be at home depending on the matchups. I'm with you, they could. But I know the truth, and you know the truth. And I can already pencil in that box score from when they lose the playoff game. Whenever that is, if it's the first game, the second game, I don't know. But I'll give you the box score. Tony Pollard will have 38 yards rushing. Zeke Elliott will have 29. And that vaunted Dallas rushing attack that we hear all the time will disappear. Dak will throw 2 picks. Someone will lose a fumble. And it'll be over. And they'll be out. And then next year we'll fire up the engines again. It was, Micah Parsons and this Dallas Cowboys defense. They're taking the pressure off Dak. It's a tradition as old as time.
I think they low-key want to, so they get rid of McCarty and hire Sean Payton.
That's also true.
Well, then maybe it's no lose for them, right? It's no lose for Jerry Jones then.
That's what
But
I'm
it's a loss for everyone that believes in the Cowboys. Spenmo, come.
I don't believe
Spenmo,
in the Cowboys.
baby. You've seen this too many times.
I have. I think they can win a playoff game. I don't think they'll.
And that's matchup driven. That's not because of the team they are or anything like that. We know what they are.
They have the potential to make it to the NFC Championship game.
Okay.
But they won't beat the Eagles.
Right, and they won't beat the 49ers.
Or the Niners, yeah.
We're running out of teams here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's it. No, they're not. They never are, and they won't be anytime soon.
All right.
Good talk. Next down.
That's fair. Next question. Is the Russell Wilson to Denver trade the worst trade in NFL history for the Broncos?
You know what? I'll take it a step further. I won't even say it's the worst trade in the history of the NFL. I'll say it's the dumbest trade in the history of NFL. Rarely it's both. Like, if you go back to, say, the Herschel Walker trade with Dallas, you could see the Vikings working, right?
Yeah.
This physical specimen. We're knocking on the door right now as a franchise. We've lost some games in the playoffs. You could see them working. It just didn't work out. Like, Herschel Walker wasn't that 2,000-yard running back that everybody thought he was going to be. Yes, it was a bad trade, but I don't kill the Vikings for it because they took a shot. You swing for the fence, sometimes you strike out. Not only was this an awful trade, this was stupid because you thought it was a good trade.
Yep.
This in no universe was this going to work with Russell Wilson and his action figure hair and his let's ride and all that. It was never going to work, ever.
So they gave up Drew Lock, Noah Fant, Shelby Harris, 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and a 5th-round pick, and signed him to a $245 million contract.
But here's the thing:
extension.
when they signed him, it was the past ownership.
Yeah.
Right? Not the ones that goes to show you how valuable an NFL franchise is when you're willing to take on 200-some million, and I think it's 105 or 10 to buy him out or whatever. Like, this is something that you might do, but to me, what it exemplified, Neal, because yes, 100%. He's done. It was awful to begin with, and everything. But the fact of the matter, it shows you the value of an NFL franchise.
Yeah.
When hundreds of millions of dollars don't mean anything in a negotiation, right? And what I'm saying is that I'm going to go in and purchase it for, the billions of dollars that, think about it, that I might have to eat 100 million of it. It's crazy. That shows you the power of the NFL.
Real quickly, woodwardsports.com chat thread. Ransom says all the picks for Ricky Williams is up there. But again, they took a swing. And Williams did have, 2,000-yard season in the league, right?
He did, yeah.
So Ricky Williams was a good player. He just wasn't a good player at New Orleans. So again, I see them working. It didn't work out. But they didn't trade all those picks for him and then give him $245 million, and he never had action figure hair.
Which, when you break that down, look at the guys they got in return. And you wonder why Seattle is able to be better than what we thought they were going to be at the beginning of the season. Because they got NFL players in return.
Right.
And they turned those picks into Kobe Bryant, Tariq Woolen.
No, the guys that start. They got, as far as we talk about Brad Holmes and the props to him, Snyder and everybody over in Seattle, the reason they're playing well, they got 5 or 6 guys that they drafted, and they've used that, right? So not only it's a double standard. Holy cow, Seattle not only doesn't re-sign Wilson, they trade him, get rid of, not have to pay that money to that, pay Geno Smith, then get all the players. Noah Fant's a good tight end, whoever else, and then get to draft all these guys. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I think Coach of the Year is a 2-horse race between Pete Carroll and Nick Sirianni, but it's either way you want to go.
And neither of them will win, watch.
It's going to be Dable.
Yeah, something stupid.
It should be Pete Carroll or Nick Sirianni for sure.
Fit down.
Final question. Kansas City or the field, who are you taking to win the Super Bowl?
The instinctual reaction is to say Kansas City, but when you're giving me every other team in the NFL against Kansas City, I'll take every other team in the NFL. Okay. I will. I mean, there's too many. The AFC waters are too infested. We saw the Bengals go in there and beat them last year.
Buffalo beat them.
You know what I'm saying? Miami. I know Tua's trash. I was told that Tua's trash.
Is KC your favorite out of the AFC?
Yeah. They're so good. This is probably the best Kansas City team I've seen. The most complete, at least. They got a run game now. Pacheco looks good.
It's 50-50, man. To me, it's 50-50 at best for me.
Chris Jones is one of the most dominant defensive players.
I've always liked Chris Jones. Yeah. I've always liked Chris Jones. So no, man. I would take the field. I would.
Yeah, I would take the field too, just for the fact that there's probably, what would you say, 6 legitimate teams that probably could win.
And Cincinnati's already done the deal.
They're getting better. They're figuring out a way to keep their guy up.
Yeah, and they're getting Chase.
And they don't have Jamar Chase still.
And by the way,
although T. Higgins and
Tyler Boyd,
the LA Chargers too have kind of pieced it together. I saw that one coming.
Yeah,
with the Chargers, they're not a factor.
I need Mike Williams.
Yeah, they're not a factor. But there it is, everybody.
Yeah,
the Nickle package, NFL style. When we come back, it's time to talk college football. But right now, it's time to talk about Lady Jane's.
Lady Jane's haircut for men. You know it, 168 of them throughout the country. Come to Lady Jane's for award-winning haircut experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment for your dream home. Up to $200,000. Yes, $200K. Lady Jane's haircuts for men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
All right, time to talk about Mike Phillips. No, not English footballer Huey Phillips, but Mike Phillips. Looking to buy or sell your home, whether you're a player or a fan, helping you buy, sell, or invest is Michael Phillips' top priority. Being in the game for 23 years makes Mike the #1 option for anyone. If you have real estate needs, call Michael Phillips at 313-403-0011. That is 313-403-0011.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty, Spencer Raxter, Sam Flannel as well. Spencer, you'll have to forgive him. He's a bit preoccupied. They just showed the Team USA World Cup soccer bus leaving the hotel, going over to the stadium. Spenny's locked in.
They start at what? What time is it?
1 o'clock.
I'll probably watch it then. I'll throw it on the laptop.
There you go.
Yeah.
See? I told you, Spenmo.
Yeah.
All right, we did the pros. Let's do the college. More Nickle package.
All right, first down. So the Heisman race has been kind of interesting. In the past couple of weeks, you saw guys like Drake May. He's gone. Blake Corum, he's out. Has Bryce Young re-entered the Heisman Trophy race?
Like in terms of winning it?
In terms of being in New York. Let's start with New York.
Well, Jake Moody's already got a seat reserved. Blake Corum's already got a seat reserved. JJ is back now.
I said Blake Corum was out to begin with.
He did just say he was out. That's pretty impressive.
No, we're laughing. For the record, I do want the Lions to even go a round above slot and draft Jake Moody.
I agree.
For real talk. Then your kicker solve for 4 years at a minimum. But anyway, there's a lot of default to it, right? Like, as soon as Drake May pops in, he's gone instantly.
Yep.
Instantly, he was gone. Hooker is out. That's a wrap for him.
He's done a lot. I think he's done enough to make New York because they didn't have to play a conference championship game anyway. He just missed the Vanderbilt game.
Yeah, but that's not how we operate here.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud will still be there, even though he's proven to be, pretty mid.
It's Caleb Williams' award to win.
Yeah, Caleb Williams hasn't won, so
He's a front runner. Right?
yeah. It's hard for me to answer that, right? Because I deal in absolutes.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams has that thing on lock. They want to bring him to New York. Cool. Maybe they will just because he won it last year. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they will. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. He's not going to win. So I think it's pretty much locked up. That was locked up last weekend. So I'm going to say no.
All right. More on Caleb Williams later for the record. But on second down, after leading the Michigan Wolverines to an undefeated regular season, does Jim Harbaugh deserve consideration for National Coach of the Year?
For sure.
Yeah, I would get with that for sure. And look, everyone's going to light up the chat right now. You guys have never once heard me behind this microphone say that Jim Harbaugh is not a good football coach. Right, Sam Flannel? Mark me.
No, you're right.
Never said
You're
that.
right.
Because the resume is the resume. You can't argue what he's done. And look, you guys know my thoughts on the schedule and everything like that. But you know what? I would do it too. If I were the coach, I would absolutely do it too. So, from that perspective, with what they've done this year, I definitely.
100%.
Yeah.
It's on the spotlight. What have you done for me lately as we get to the end of the year where everybody's paying attention? And that win amplifies because it hasn't been done in Ohio State by Michigan in 22 years. So the fact that win amplifies that. Now the rest of the strength of schedule, who knows who's voting, but you'll see his name on the list.
Yeah, and
It'll
by the
probably
way,
be TCU's coach though that wins it.
Sonny, and that was going to be my other thing. Like, he should be in the mix, but Sonny Dykes should get that award. Like, everyone's like, absolutely Harbaugh, and they're lighting it up. And you guys are fans. I get that. But after we come down from the high, maybe on Thursday, we can sit there and address that. Sonny Dykes is the National Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
If you're into three of them, it's got to be Harbaugh, Kirby Smart, and Sonny Dykes, right?
Yeah.
I can't argue that.
Like that, and Sonny Dykes has to win it, right?
Maybe Josh Heupel, but he's not going to win.
Maybe Brian Kelly could toss his hat in the ring.
You lose that right.
You
lose that right when you lose at Texas A&M with a legitimate chance to make the college football
that's
playoff. That is fair. But anywho, third down. I said, speaking of Caleb Williams, so USC has had a lot of good quarterbacks in their history. They've had two win the Heisman Trophy this century in Carson Palmer and Matt Leinart. But is Caleb Williams this season having the single greatest season a USC quarterback has ever had?
You know, it's funny because when you put that out there, my instinct is to say no because of that lineage that they had. And people laugh at Matt Leinart. Matt Leinart was great.
In college.
A great college player.
Yes,
yeah,
he was.
like I say, Blake Corum is a good to borderline great college running back.
Yeah.
It's not going to work in the NFL for him, but it is what it is. Matt Leinart didn't work in the NFL for him, but he was a great college quarterback.
Yes, he was.
So instincts, I want to say no, but to come in, D-Mac, to transfer, to go to USC and to do what he's doing, and I'm getting some Michigan vibes, I guess, from USC. Like they're back, and that's a perception. Like everyone perceives USC as back. Now that can go away, and I'm telling you guys this: don't sleep on Utah, man. No one wants a piece of Utah like one-on-one. They don't.
They could wreck USC season.
Million again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they already beat
And
them
the way
once.
this year's going, probably closer to the truth.
Yeah,
Just
but-
the way college football is.
But yeah, is he a product of the system and everything? Yeah, he is. But you can't deny. If anybody watched their last game,
He's done everything that he's been supposed to for the money that NIL to the Lincoln Riley to whatever. He's just gone and got it done. Right? We talk about asking for guys to make plays and to get it done. He's made the plays. Now, he's got to do it this weekend to continue this. But, yeah, thoroughly impressive for the consistency and going out there expected to do it to bring this program back and being able to do it. Spencer, what'd you have?
I just wanted to give his stats. Right now, he's at about 66% completion percentage, 3,712 yards, 34 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and on the ground, he's got 351 yards and 10 touchdowns.
yeah, I mean that's Tim Tebow numbers right there. And a lot of them weren't created, unlike Tim Tebow, where they got the ball to the 1 yard line and then just pushed Tebow into the end zone against the Raging Cajuns. You know what I'm saying? Like, go look it up.
Yeah.
I did. I ran the numbers on it before. But D-Mac, the thing with him too, like when you all the stuff that you brought up, he takes over football games in a critical moment.
Dom, like what you're saying is that when we talk about NIL and transfers and all this stuff like this, like he's doing it the way it's supposed to be done, right? Like everything that he's earned, everything he's been given. We always, the big thing when NIL came out and Spencer Raxter and all these guys getting this, but Williams and Lincoln Riley are doing things. But the eyeball test, Neal, is you see this kid. Like he looks like a Heisman
Absolutely.
trophy winner, right? When you watch him play. Now, what have you done for me lately? I see in the chat thread that everybody expects USC to blow Utah out, but Utah doesn't. They play hard, bud.
Utah's built
you
different.
Into the deep water, and you better bring your floaties.
If you beat Utah, you earned it, man. I will say, and I haven't seen the point spread in that game yet. Does anybody know what it is off the top of their heads, or no? No one knows. My gut, and I'm not even knowing the spread. If that thing's above 7, I'll take Utah. That might even be a get right for the weekend.
No. How about I see this? Somebody said Matt Leinart had a stud players around him. We obviously know he had Reggie Bush and stuff. So one of the things too is
right now it's -2.5 USC.
Okay.
Would you agree that Matt Leinart had more stars, more NFL talent around him than Caleb?
People forget he has the Biletnikoff winner on that team too, and Jordan Addison. It's not like it's not like he's slumming it.
He's got $2
No.
million
That's what I'm
receivers.
saying. Is that right? The Pittsburgh transfer won the Biletnikoff wide receiver.
One of his receivers makes more money than Jameson Williams this year in the NFL.
Yeah.
So easy there, guys. Let's do it. Let's take a look at it first. 2.5 though, and you know what? TCU's got their hands full with Kansas State too.
For sure.
100%. It's not like these teams get to play Purdue. They have to play like actual ranked teams in their conference.
There it is.
Do Ohio
There's the
State
tone,
Bama,
everybody. There it is. Factual tone. Factual tone.
Factual
You had
tone.
to but you threw it in. You didn't really need to.
Yeah, I did to give perspective.
Oh, okay. Perspective on what?
Because like everyone's like, and I see it in there. Wait till Kansas State beats TCU, baby. I saw that. Like, yeah, because they're playing good teams. Like teams that were ranked, teams that are capable of doing stuff. As opposed to Purdue. Do we got to do the Purdue thing again, guys? No. Okay, thank
They're
you.
a good team.
I thought you'd do the same thing that Jim Harbaugh would do with the schedule.
All right. Fourth down. So no team this weekend suffered a worse loss than Clemson, losing at home to South Carolina. And did you see what DJ Uiagalelei did?
Eesh.
Good God, that was a rat-ass performance of all time. But anywho, that being said, is Clemson's time as a national powerhouse over?
Yeah, and you know why it is?
Really?
And it's not because of DJ Uiagalelei or anything at the quarterback spot. It's because of Dabo Swinney, where great coaches will put that ego stuff aside and do what's necessary. They didn't have an answer at quarterback, right? The backup quarterback comes in. He wasn't very good either. Great coaches. Nick Saban took out Jalen Hurts in the national championship game and put Tua in there.
That was baller move.
At halftime of the national championship game. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of these coaches is not like the other. And Dabo Swinney, and you hear it too when he talks about players and the name, image, and likeness and all that kind of stuff. And I don't want to see a day where players are making all this money. I just signed an $11 million a year extension, though.
Yeah.
So listen to what I say. It's okay for thee, but not for me. Like that Dabo Swinney, I don't see the ego management. When he's got multiple first rounders, he can win a chip. But when it comes down to it being on him, he can't deliver.
Yeah, no, I mean, and proof's in the pudding this weekend. You know, you want to see were they for real? We were talking about that earlier, but house of cards and adjustment. We were talking about this earlier. What's the big change in Michigan or something in philosophy or attitude and, you know, playing with bringing other guys in?
Yeah.
Right? So, and it just doesn't seem that when you have to make decisions. That's why with Jim Harbaugh, and you say, well, give 5 years, who gets this? He was given the time, and now you're seeing it implemented, and it seems like in the coaching and the system and the guys. So that's something that you don't see.
I like this comp right here. Lewis Bishop, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Dabo reminds me of Russell Wilson, fake AF. I get that. That's a great comp. I love that. All right, real quick, fifth down.
PJ Fleck's a poor man's Dabo Swinney.
Destitute man.
Yeah.
I like that one too. You guys are hot today, man.
Dabo, Russell, and James Franklin, all in a blender.
All right, fifth down. Which program has been more disappointing this season? The Kings of the NIL, Texas A&M, or the team that brought in their savior coach, Miami?
And that's a great question, but because of the money, and look, I know Miami spent some money too, and it hurts me as like a Miami fan, but I've already written that off as being over. A couple years ago, I wrote that it's over. It ain't never coming back. The academic side won in Miami. It did. They fought long and hard battle, but the presidents and the academic people, they won in Miami. Texas A&M just went out and flooded the market with cash. And they had a great recruiting class, and they were an embarrassment. And Jimbo Fisher, you notice a theme here? Like the Dabos with the Trevor Lawrence and, you know, the
what
quarterbacks.
If you don't have a real first name? If it's Dabo or Jimbo or something like that,
but like Jimbo won with Jameis Winston, right?
Yes.
Jimbo won a natty with Jameis Winston. Yeah. Deshaun Watson for Dabo. Trevor Lawrence for Dabo. You know these one and dones, dude, that, you know, these guys that pop up, and I know Clemson won too, but, you know. LSU was one. Yeah. Another one. You know what I'm saying? Like, with Joe Burrow, like, these.
Take it easy on that cigar, boy.
These quarterbacks are making these coaches a lot of money, man.
Oh, absolutely. No, I mean, there's no question about it. For me, I'm with you, Neal. I live down in Florida, and Miami's been on the.
Yeah.
For a while, and just because, right, we all bought in a little bit earlier this year during the spring as what Texas A&M was going on. Remember, oh gosh, you look at Saban and A&M and Alabama, it's going to be a war. There's war of words and all this stuff, and then
yeah, I know, and that's another reason I'm really mad at Jimbo Fisher. He robbed that Alabama game from me.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait for that.
That's it. The expectations.
And that was it. Real quick, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Dirty Dr. D. Miami's in year one with their new coach with a question mark on the end. Doctor, it's over down there. They don't have the recruiting base roped off the way that they used to. It's over. And it's sad because no one loved Miami more than I did. But even I could admit when it's over. And it's definitely definitely over. Let me tell you about the Sports Marketing Agency. They spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast is called This is the S Word. It helps fight the stigma about seeking help. If you are struggling, if you know someone who's struggling, go to thesportsma.com. Thesportsma.com, the Sports Marketing Agency. They're here to help.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff a Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward in Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Romeo and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag out. There they go, right on the whistle. Baby, talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
It's Coach O here for the Folding Warehouse name training. All right, I'm sorry, Mike G. I can't do that.
You're going to give me $15 million. Tell me what door to walk out of.
Drop down, give me $15 million. Take it easy on that cigar, boy. But the Folding Warehouse is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Folding. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play as well as private lane reservation for $120 if you get thirsty. They got a $2 mystery beer vending machine. They also have multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foldingwarehouse.com and take it easy on that cigar, boy.
Back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter as well. I do have to get into the Red Wings discussion. And look, we talked about it yesterday. That was appointment viewing for me. I had to do Greg Campy's radio show last night and raced home after that to turn the game on just in time to see the puck on Austin Matthews' stick right in the middle of the slot, 15 feet from goal. And D-Mac?
No bueno.
I don't even know why they made him shoot it. As soon as he was there with the puck in the slot, they should have just put the goal light on and walked over to center ice.
Like in golf, it's a gimme, right?
Yeah, all right, that's a goal. Pick the puck up, save everyone some time, go drop the puck in the face-off. And look, these big games with the Red Wings, and both things can be true, guys. I'm not calling a referendum. I'm not saying Stevie Y's time has run its course. Get this guy out of here. Clearly he doesn't know what he's doing. I'm not saying any of that. I am saying I'm getting frustrated about getting ramped up, and they were on a 4-game winning streak. Okay? So, again, it's not end of the world stuff or anything like that. I walked away not mad. I was just disappointed.
Well,
D-Mac.
just show your expectations
have changed.
Always change with this team, especially when they outperform or do things when you ask and go on a 4-game winning streak or right the ship and put themselves in the glory positions up in the stats. But that's not reality, right? The reality is like I expect is this team's going to be fighting for one of those last playoff spots. If at the end of the season, the last week, you're part of Gary Bettman's NHL, which means 5 or 6 teams vying for 1 or 2 spots, to me, that's a positive season. It's the ebbs and flows of this season. Last night, it wasn't through the lack of effort. The puck bounces, and give Matt Murray and Toronto credit that we just weren't able to get it behind them. We outshot them. Bottom line, Billy Husso, probably his worst game of the season, let in 2 suspect goals at the beginning of the second period. But playing 7 of the last 8 games, it's sort of to be expected. You got to play better and find a way to win out front. So I think the big thing is when you listen to Coach Stallone talk last night, and he says if you play that way, and you hear Dylan Larkin too, when they say that when they play that way consistently every night, you usually end up with a good result. What do we say? There's 7, 8 games all year that won't be there. The frustrating thing is because Toronto comes into your building and has consistently done it for the past few years and puts 4, 5, 6, 7. It's almost like a home game for them. They play it. It's too easy, right? So as I've always said, just like to the fact that this Red Wings team will be a Stanley Cup contender when Dylan Larkin's your second line centerman, is the same thing as when the rivalry between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Detroit Red Wings is heated up to that Colorado-Detroit level from back in the day because there's 2 of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. That's where it's at. But right now, I'm more confident them playing in the Bell Center in Toronto than I am playing Toronto here. So it's frustrating, Neil. I think it's just frustrating because it is that rivalry too, and they've had your number.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Mike G says, "Grr, Toronto." Yeah, and that is part of it too. No doubt that's part of it. And again, they're coming off a 4-game winning streak, which was precipitated though by a 4-game losing streak. But whatever, they bounced back, and that was they answered that bell. Both times that the Red Wings have seemed to be taking on water this year, they were able to get the hole patched up and got back to good. You know, that was Matchbox 20,
balance, right, Neil? It's the balance of how do they react. They got a big game. Buffalo blew one last night too, so they're going to come in here upset. Detroit should be upset. Tomorrow's game, low key, two teams, Buffalo, Detroit, that are trying to get to that next level, into the playoff level, and it should be a big game. But you got to bounce it back. I said at the beginning of this 5-game home stand, 3-1-1. So right now you're 2-1.
Yeah,
you got 2 games left. Let's win them both.
And I think the whole not taking on water and completely collapsing is definitely a factor of them bringing in the veterans like
no question.
Mata, Perron,
real NHL players.
Real NHL players. They know that this happens throughout the course of the season, especially with a team that is mostly made up of younger guys and a team that is trying different things. New coach, this is going to happen, but they know that when you can't let this compound and steamroll into a 6, 7, 8 loss stretch, and they can bounce back like that easier because of guys like Perron and Sherratt that are probably in there, yelling at these young guys in practice, this isn't how you play NHL hockey.
Right, preaching the 1-1-3, couple things last night, and with Husso struggling, Nedeljkovic, who had struggled, came in and played solid. Didn't let any in, faced a lot of shots, can give you confidence in that way. Also, too, Mo Seider got a couple goals last night. So for anybody who's worried about his production and points, they're not seeing the bigger picture, but as he's getting the confidence. And last night, Mo Seider became the 4th Red Wing at 21 years old, along with Nick Lidstrom, Reed Larson, and Steve Chason, to hit 60 points.
Yeah.
Which is huge. So pretty good company to be in. So again, it's just, you got to dust it off and go back. And the only way that you can make up for it is to make sure you take care of business and get the 2 points tomorrow.
Yep.
And I get that. And again, I'm not burning this place to the ground. But these big games that they play in, it's like being on a date as a teenager. You know what I'm saying? It's never going to end the way you want them to.
Yeah, you always think you're going to get some.
But you're not.
But you're not.
That's it's just not going to happen that way.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. That's what these big games are like, man.
Well, some of them, but they've also
they've pretty much all been like that.
Not when you're sitting at 10. What are you, 10, 6, and 4, or whatever like this? No, you're having better than not. But this is something that they have to do because what is being consistent, Neil? It's the games like this against the Torontos and the Bostons and stuff, and the teams that you are eventually going to have to face and to beat if you're going to make any waves in the league.
Mm-hmm. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Rad Dad Scott, Neal, speaking of Austin Matthews, what do you think it would take the Wings? What would they have to give up to get him? After next season, they wouldn't have to give up anything. He's a free agent.
Just money.
That's what my dad said
Lots
yesterday.
of money.
My dad, we were watching the game, and he's like, Matthews has like 29 points in 19 games in Joe Louis, in the Red Wings home arena. He's like, man, I wish, bring him over here and let him do it for us. I was like, he's a free agent next year. He's like, give him whatever he wants. I was like, they're going to throw a bag at him.
After next season, the Red Wings will have $65.5 million in cap space. Now, that's without Dylan Larkin or Bertuzzi sign, but that's when it's going to get real.
To go out if that's what Stevie wants to make. I find it tough for Shanny in Toronto to let him go.
Oh, man.
But
Stevie
the fact is you can wet his whistle. I mean, he likes scoring goals in LCA. It comes by easy for him. So might as well do that in the red and white. I wouldn't be mad.
You know what else he can do? He can have Cintron be the official energy drink of the team that he plays for, because that's what they are. Cintron, the official energy drink of the Red Wings. They've combined all three of their delicious flavors in a limited edition 6-pack sampler box. Okay. Try Cintron's great tasting cranberry, classic and sugar-free, all-in-one Red Wings theme. Maybe in the future, Austin Matthews themed package. And you can order your Cintron 6-pack sampler box at CintronWorld.com/Red Wings. You know what? Why wait? Get energized with Cintron, and let's go Red Wings.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty here for Custom Health Centers. And look, there's this cool commercial that we read sometimes, but let's bottom line this. Our own Ryan Ermanni is down 20 pounds using Custom Health Centers. And look, D-Mac, that's what it is. I got nothing else to say. Our own Ryan Ermanni, down 20 pounds. That's it.
It's about facilitating the options, and if you're willing to do the work like our guy Ryan has, who's down 20, Custom Health, there it is. That's plain and simple. Give him a call, 844-789-8446, Neal. If you're willing to do the work like Ryan has, seeing's believing. Custom Health.
Ryan Ermanni, down 20 pounds, 844-789-THIN. It's Custom Health Centers, or go to CustomHealthCenters.com. Coming on the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Spencer Raxter getting hype. USA, Iran coming up at the top of the hour.
So
win or go home.
They have to win.
Have to win.
If they tie, Iran
goes.
Okay. I thought it was like, because doesn't it come to a point where they don't tie anymore? They go to penalty kicks?
The next round's like the knockout round.
Oh, okay.
So that's they basically cut the field in half, and they do a Sweet 16 and play it the rest of the way through.
All right.
So that's what it is. Spenmo's you can tell he's getting nervous, biting his nails, all that stuff right now. He is ready to go. I will talk about it when we come back from the next break, just for a couple minutes.
Okay, I'll save it for then, because I want to know, like, in the grand scheme of soccer, like, what is Christian Pulisic like? Actually really good.
We will. We'll take 10 minutes and we'll talk about it. I do want to wrap up this Red Wings discussion first. So woodwardsports.com chat thread. Brandon Katz says the Red Wings won't be relevant in the East until they get a number one center, which, we've...
Well, yeah, relevance means winning, getting to that next...
Being a threat to win the Cup.
Final Four.
Yeah, being a threat to win the Stanley Cup.
They can with the team they had adding pieces, solidified, be a playoff team, right? They're proving that they can compete, but to really be legit, it's the Yzerman Fedorov, analogy of you look around the league, you look at the way that teams have always done it. Pittsburgh's done it the longest, and the Malkin and Crosby. The Canes, the Taves. So you need that 1A to stuff like this. What I liked yesterday, or what I liked with Derek Lalonde, is he's not afraid to mix the lines up and moving guys around. Like yesterday, you didn't start the game with the Bertuzzi, Larkin, Raymond. You had Perron up there mixing it around. But the bottom line is that when you get that top guy right up the middle, then you're legit.
Everything changes.
Everything changes. And you know what? I'm going to sit here and I'm going to give props out, because the one thing that's not being talked about, I've mentioned Michael Rasmussen and the development. One of the things I noticed last night too is with Oscar Sundqvist in the lineup, this team is bigger. They play bigger, like heavier and stuff like that. He's a big part. But Jordan Osterley and Jake Wallman on the back end, with these guys' skating ability and puck moving ability, they've slowly, with Lindstrom, Hurt, and Haig out of the lineup, have solidified that 5 and 6 pairing. It's given them, more versatility on the back end to watch these guys skate. So Osterley, local kid, shout out to him, and but that's something that I really noticed, and it should hold true to see these guys getting the ice time that the coaching staff believes in them also.
Brandon Katz also said they have to draft a top 10 player. Well, Brandon, that's because of the financial flexibility. They don't have to draft one. They can go get one. And that's why 1919, Eyes Plan, that's why that was born. Because you have the ability to do whatever you want. And that's why we're on board with it. There's a lot of Brad Holmes vibes to what Steve Yzerman is doing, and vice versa. And you brought up the point, Spenmo, when you said you're watching the game with your dad or whatever, and he's like, hey, he's got 29 points in 19 games. Here's how that number one center dynamic changes everything. That means that they have 29 goals at a minimum in those 19 games. Yeah. So there's almost 2 goals a game because he's there. Like, I don't think people get that granular with it. Like Connor McDavid, Austin Matthews, you'll never be shut out ever. Maybe once or twice or whatever. But you get where I'm going.
All the teams have those 5 to 7 games.
Now, you're guaranteed to have at a minimum 2 goals a game. Guaranteed. That's how it changes. Like, put 2 on the scoreboard and then go play the game. Everything's different.
No, it definitely is, and it gives you that, whatever that balance is, and taking that pressure off, because it's like goal scorers, shooting percentage, all that stuff, but it's also too with why you get a guy that either is a top centerman that can either put the puck in the net or facilitate it to other guys that you have to put the puck in the net. So much more dangerous. And what happens when you're able to do that offensively, and you've worked on your defense, on your system and stuff, where you're able to play goaltender on out, the goals come more naturally, the defense comes more naturally, hence you're a top team.
And Brandon says, I'm saying top level free agents won't come to Detroit right now, but Brandon, they're not pursuing them right now either. Like that, and that is, those things are both the same.
And I disagree.
I
disagree that with Steve Yzerman here, with the money that he has, that he can offer to whatever, that he's got nobody's saying no to Steve Yzerman's conversation.
You're definitely taking the call. Yeah, there's no question.
But that's what I'm saying. They might say, okay, no, because it's not what they want to offer, but everybody's entertaining what Detroit has. It's
and
changed.
He has the flexibility to make you choke on a contract. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, absolutely. If he wants that,
if that's what he
doesn't
wants,
give it away for free. But if he wants it, you're gonna get it.
He has that in the arsenal to where some other teams do not.
Yeah.
And, just to back that up, if you look at teams that have the most cap space over the next couple of years, like Anaheim, Buffalo, Detroit.
Where'd you rather go? Yeah.
Who's Steve Yzerman gonna lose to in that? Yeah. And that's in those waters.
Right, because you got if we're sitting here going, okay, Detroit in like 2, 3, 4 years, you don't think that agents are sitting here doing the same thing for their clients? Give me a break. They got to go get the money.
This was one other question I wanted to bring up to you, D-Mac, for the final couple minutes here of this segment. Just real quick. You mentioned the Rams and the Super Bowl hangover. and it was real. We kind of talked about it, and it's a little tougher, obviously, in football given the physical nature. When you look back at the teams you played on, to me, that's what made that talent level even more staggering, to where there were no hangovers. You know, in February on a West Coast trip, maybe a lot of mileage and stuff like that, but there was no throwaway seasons. There was no Is that because of the level of talent, or was that more an internal thing in the locker room?
All of it.
And
Right,
pick one. Pick one, damn it.
No, because I think level of talent will carry you a different way, but it's the work ethic and it's the system, right? Once we figured it out, then it got easier. Derek Lalonde says the same thing as implementing this 1-1-3. It's take a year, take 2 years. We had the left wing lock, so then it was this easier to play. I mean, and you took pride in it, right? We took pride in being at the top. We went to training camp every year thinking about winning the cup. I mean, that's not a lie. Expecting to be in the playoffs. I made the playoffs every year, right? But that was like second nature. I think what we had to learn, right, Neal, is a lot of times we didn't need to win the President's Trophy and spend it all during the regular season. We could come in maybe second or third, and it wasn't going to hurt us because we knew the formula.
Right. One other real quick thing. Just give me a minute on this, D-Mac. And I heard somebody, and I apologize for not getting the name in the woodwardsports.com chat thread. Somebody said, but they had 44 shots last night. Explain, because you explained it once before. The number of shots will go up based on this system. Why?
Well, it's the pucks on the net, the attacking, the power play. The one thing you want to look to is like the quality scoring chances. I know from last night that there was tons of quality scoring chances. So that means you're creating the opportunity. That's why when you hear the coach talk and go, if we play that way, we'll be rewarded more times than not. You can accept that sometimes it doesn't matter what you do. So in those 44 shots, right, Neal, I didn't look and see, but I would say that grade A scoring chances were probably about 11, right, which is a ton. Whereas you look at Toronto, they didn't have a ton of grade A scoring chances. They capitalized on their opportunities. Matthews you can't give him that opportunity. Bad rebound control, threw a screen, high tip on another one. There's just things that are going to happen. So, yeah, usually by volume and stuff like this. One of the things we're going to have to watch for is 5-on-5 play, right? 5-on-5 play, and I think I've seen it mentioned, and I don't know if it was Brandon Katz or whatever earlier last week or something like this, but it's something that we got to pay attention to. But again, it's implementing the 1-1-3. It takes a season or more to do that because it's commitment. My answer to your question is commitment, because we were committed to the system.
What about the left wing lock of home security?
Left wing lock of home security. That is a Stanley Cup champion if I ever heard one, and you know it, you love it. Guardian Alarm, they keep you safe and keep you peace of mind whether you're home or on the road with a 24-hour local monitoring, making sure what is important to you is kept safe. So if you want to be part of the Big D Energy Woodward Sports family, you can, but I need you to call today. Give Guardian a call, 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
How many straight days of flannel protection?
165.
165 days. You know what that means? 200 more days for the full year. But Guardian Alarm's ready to protect you right now. Give them a call. 1-800.
Stay out. Stay out. Trevor Lawrence and his beautiful hair.
Stay out of the flannel's house. Guardian Alarm, your local security experts. Tell them, Big D Energy, we sent you.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff-A Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward in Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff-A Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Cranberry.
Final segment of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. The chat gets electric.
It's
when the
so
Centron
awesome.
commercial comes on, dude. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Okay, so Neal.
Yes. Oh, let me give the little soliloquy right now, and then I'll field your questions. All right. We're less than 10 minutes away. USA, Iran. Life on the line. Win, get in. Lose, it's over. Here's the deal. Christian Pulisic. All right? World-class player. World-class. Plays for Chelsea, one of the best teams in the world. Good player. Very big-time player. You know what, Pulisic? Today's the day. Today's the day. Your legacy is on the line here. Yes, because the USA is not expected to, quote, win the World Cup. These are the moments right now. This is your opportunity to have a moment, and you got to deliver. You got to win. That's it. That's where I think that Americans will get behind this today, because this is an America setup as it gets. And look, there's a lot with the Iran and a lot of geopolitical stuff that go in behind it too. Make no mistake, that other team hates you, hate your country, hate your way of life. They just do. I mean, look at the political nature of it. And I don't talk politics. You guys know I don't do that because nobody wins. But nobody can argue that.
Yeah.
Right? They're not. These countries, they're not friendly in how they view politics. Let's just say it like that. That's a fair way to say it. Christian Pulisic, he can stamp his legacy in U.S. soccer. And I'm not saying he has to score, but they do have to win, and he has to play well. And Weston McKennie has been a little less than so far. And I know he plays at Juventus and the highest level, but I hear about it all the time. Now we need to see it. Everything is on the line. Your legacy as players are on the line today. They are. That's just the way it goes. You want all the shine, don't get this done, then you get all the shade. Yeah. That's the deal you sign up for with all this. That's what it is. So through all of it, they have to win. There's no other acceptable outcome. If the USA loses, this World Cup was a failure.
Yeah.
Bottom line, we're past that point now. If you want to be viewed as a legitimate soccer nation, you have to get through to the knockout stage at least, at a minimum. So today's the day. Show us. Give us the Rick Ross, Pulisic. Show us. Weston McKennie. Show us. Go Rick Ross on it today. There's no excuses. There's nothing that can be said. It's all on the line. Take it or don't. Get the shine or get the shade. That's it. All right, Spenny.
So give it to me in basketball terms, like Christian Pulisic's actual standing in the soccer landscape.
Is he a top 10 guy in the world?
Yeah,
Is he
like Jonas Valanciunas?
Top 50 guy, top 100 guy?
Like Jonas Valanciunas
what
is
are we
a good
working
center
with here with
in
our
the
top
NBA.
guy compared to the rest of the world?
I would say that
Valanciunas, good center in the NBA, but then when he goes to play for Serbia or whatever, he's the best player on their team.
Yeah, no, but I mean, but he's playing for Chelsea.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's not the best player on Chelsea, but he's upper tier at Chelsea.
Yeah.
I will give you that.
Yeah, like Valanciunas is like the starting center on his team in the NBA.
I would say I'm comfortable saying he's a top 50 player in the world.
Okay.
I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah,
I'm comfortable. Top 25, but you know what can aid that? Today.
Yeah.
Today can aid that.
Inside the post.
That's it, man. I mean, Brandon Katz, Iran's not a good team. The U.S. should win. They're ranked similarly in the quote-unquote world rankings. Pistons fan 11, put Gio on the damn pitch. Yeah, Gio ran. And that's, look, through all this, we have 2 shots on goal in 2 matches.
Yeesh.
That's it. So, the Reyna thing, I'm on board. And I know it's crazy, and a lot of people love to, question selections. And I would have liked to see Ricardo Pepi on this team, and not just because I called his matches in USL. Not because I could tweet my goal call of him or anything like that. That's part of it. But we got to score goals, man. And to do that, you need to get shots. So, D-Mac, it is. Spenmo's not all wrapped into it. I think I got him fired up a little bit.
Yeah.
Did I get you going a little bit?
That was a good one.
That's
America,
what it is.
For liberty.
Here's a good one. Wyatt Bear, Pulisic, equal to Klay Thompson on Golden State.
Okay.
I like that. That's a good comp.
Right.
That's fair. So, that's it, man.
Let's go cheer 'em.
There's no other outcome. If you do not win this game, you were a failure.
Agreed.
Period.
End of story.
Are made.
And if you win, it was a success. This is it, man.
Yeah.
Just like this show. This was it today. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Mike G says Team USA needs to start the grind line. I would, let them know, D-Mac.
Imagine if we started
Can't run up and down the field.
The USA's top athletes played
Soccer going up. Our front line, our strikers at one time would be LeBron James and Calvin Johnson.
Yeah. And then we have Derrick Henry and
in the
Julio
midfield.
Jones.
And Barry Sanders would be a holding mid.
Yeah. We would dominate teams. We would absolutely dominate teams.
All right, let's do it. USA for D-Mac, for Sam Flannel, for Spencer Raxter, the USA's biggest soccer
Oak
fan.
Island tonight. See you online, guys.
Woodward Sports Network.
Yeah, goal.
Well, see you later.